Every single year, thousands of students make decisions that they later regret. And what are these decisions? They choose a university that later on they wish they shouldn't have made that choice. If you are a student that you are hoping to apply to any Ghanaian university or any foreigner who wants to school in Ghana, there's a video you might want to watch, because I'm going to give you some of the things that you need to consider before selecting any Ghanaian university and submitting your application. So if you are new on this channel, this is the Students Guide Podcast, a place where we listen, we learn, we grow and improve to become the best versions of ourselves. Click on the subscribe button and be part of this family. This episode is going to be very enjoyable. Stay tuned. So now let's delve into this video. At the time of watching this video, you might be making one of the greatest decisions ever in your life. That is by choosing the university you want to spend the next 4 years in, and that would help you in your career aspirations. Okay, so these are some of the important things you need to know before selecting any program or any university to apply to, right? Ghana has over 30 plus universities, okay, from the public tertiary ones, the technical, the private schools, and a whole lot, right? To make the best decision, as in the university you want to apply to, you need to consider these things, okay? And I'm going to give you 4 or 5 of these important things that you need to consider. And this will help you choose the university that aligns with your program choice, your future aspirations, and also your goals. The first particular thing that I'm going to talk about is the program you want to apply for, right? Ghana has, like I mentioned, several universities from KNUST, Legon, UCC, UMAT, UNE, Sunyani Technical, Accra Technical, what have you, a lot of them, okay, you know them. But before you select that university to apply for, you need to ask yourself, which program am I going to read? You know, because some universities like KNUST or UMAT or some other universities, UNE and Co, are good when it comes to engineering programs. University of Ghana and then UCC or other universities are also good when it comes to art courses. Okay, some are also good when it comes to education. UNIBA is there, UCC is there, Amstead is there. So ask yourself, what particular program do I want to read, and which university aligns with what I want to do? Okay, the likes of Ashesi, the likes of Academic City are all there, and depending on that particular program you want to read, whether you're in the sciences, you're in the engineering, you're in the arts, whatever field you are in, every university has their specialty or how good they are. So the first thing you need to consider is the program you want to read and the particular university that is a best fit for that program. So don't just choose any university for choosing sake, but ask yourself, this program that I want to read, which particular university has the resources, the facilities, and the expertise to train me in that field? Okay, so that's the first thing you need to consider. Point number 2 is to consider the location. And this one is for both international students and also students who are in Ghana. Let me deal with the international students first. Maybe you are an international student and you want to come and study in Ghana, right? Ask yourself, which particular location do you want to be in? Do you want to be in a university that is at maybe the coast, it's in the middle belt, or a university in the northern part of Ghana? Because every location that you choose has its own positive and negatives, all right? And also, the particular location will determine the university you want to apply for, right? So, to any international students watching me, if you want to apply to Ghana, think about the location. That is another thing that you also need to consider. Also, for the Ghanaian students, there are some people who have stayed their whole life in their house, okay? They've not gone outside their home. They schooled at home or close to home, right? This is an opportunity for you to explore, to go to other places in the country, to explore their culture, the way of living, and everything there. Okay, so applying to the university will be an opportunity for you to enjoy, explore other parts of the country. Secondly, if you are someone who always wants to visit home, don't want to live away or move away from home because on weekends you want to go and enjoy your mommy's food, or if there's any family gathering you want to be there, then you also need to consider the particular location. So let's say if you are in Accra and its environment, then it means that the best university for you would be universities in Accra, that is Legon, UPSA, or other universities that are in Accra. Because in case there's any emergency, you can quickly rush home, or your family or your parents can also come to your university at a split second. Okay, so ask yourself, what particular place do I want to be, and why do I want to be in that location? And that's the second thing you need to do. Consider the location before you pick the best university that you want to apply to. University education is very, very expensive. So in selecting the particular university that you want to apply to, you need to ask yourself how well you can finance your ward, or as a student, how well your parents can cater for the particular university that you want to apply to. We all know that there are private universities in this country and there are public universities. So as a student or as a parent, you need to ask yourself, how well do I have the financial capacity to send my child to a private university or a public university? We know of some private universities that are very, very expensive. I'm not going to mention names, but you ask yourself, do you have the financial capacity or capability to send your ward to that university? Or you select these public universities that have a more considerable amount of, let's say, fees and then residential things, or let's say financial thing that you need to cover, right? So as a parent or as a student, ask yourself, do I have the financial capacity to attend this particular university? Okay, because the tuition fees come in, the residential fees come in, the transportation costs, the feeding expenses, learning materials. And to ask yourself, this university that I'm choosing, can I pay for their fees? When it comes to accommodation, do I have the means to pay for this accommodation? Do I have the means to transport myself from where I live to that university? And so you consider all those things, because mind you, if you are in Accra and you want to go to a university in Kumasi or in Northern region, it's going to take you some money, okay, or some expenses will have to be covered. And so you ask yourself all these questions before you select that particular university that you want to apply to. Point number 3, okay, and this is one that you also need to consider before selecting the best university for you, and that is campus life and environment. Every university has their own culture and their way of life, okay? Every university has how things are being done in that university. And so ask yourself, which particular university you want to attend because of their culture, right? So these are some of the things that you need to consider, right? Some universities are small when it comes to the land size of that university. And so if you are someone who wants a small circle to learn, you need to consider that. Also, some are bigger universities, so the likes of KNUST and Legon have bigger campuses. So if you are someone who wants to explore such big campuses, you consider them in your selection, right? There's also academic pressure. And this one is very interesting because it is known, some students see, that some universities are more, when it comes to pressure academically, they are high than some other universities. And this one is particularly for the UCC students. Please don't come and beat me in the comment section. We have rumors that UCC is very difficult when it comes to academic life. You'll be given quizzes, assignments, and all those things, right? I'm not a UCC student, so I can't say if it's true or not. But if you are someone who doesn't want that academic pressure, you want freedom, you can consider universities. And trust me, no university is easy to be in, right? But from what we are hearing, UCC and some other universities have a very high academic pressure. So if you're a student, you don't want those academic pressures, which would eventually come, you consider the environment and then the campus life. And also some universities have student activities, okay? Some universities have a lively student activity. So you need to consider all those things before selecting them. And also clubs and associations, accommodation. And this is very true, okay? The accommodation that will be in a university in the northern part of Ghana will be different from the one in, let's say, Ashanti region or in the Greater Accra region. And so you also need to consider that accommodation. And some places have higher accommodation prices than the others. So these are all some of the things that you need to consider when selecting the particular university for you. And the last thing is networking opportunities and also campus security. Okay, some campuses are, though we know, yes, every university tries to be secured when it comes to campus security for students, right? But some are better secured than some other universities. So you need to consider all those things. We hear cases and incidents where there are thefts, there are robbery, there are sometimes assaults inside universities. So ask yourself that this particular university that I want to apply to, is it safe for me? if you're a parent, you ask yourself, is it safe for my ward, before you go on to choose that university. To the last point, and at this point, if you are watching me and you've not subscribed to our channel, kindly do well to subscribe, because it goes a long way to help us with the content that we bring you and also reaching a wider audience. With that said, point number 4 is opportunities available. Okay. Some universities have the leverage because they've been in the system for a while, or they have connections. And so it is easy to get internship opportunities, to get scholarships, to get things that would help you in terms of opportunities. And so you need to consider that when selecting the particular university that you are applying for, right? So you need to consider these things, right? And I'm going to read them out to you. Does the university provide internship opportunities? That's number 1. Do they have active student organizations that would help you when it comes to extracurricular activities? Do they have exchange programs? Okay, I know of Legon and KNUST, as well as UNE and UMAT, or some other universities where they have exchange programs where students will go to travel outside the country to the university's sister universities, okay, to stay there for 6 months, a year, and learn. Okay, so ask yourself, does this university have these exchange program opportunities? We also have scholarship available. Some universities provide scholarships for their students, and so you ask yourself, does this university that I'm applying to offer scholarships for students, right? And then the final one is, what industry partnership does the university have with these industries? Okay, it is easy to get opportunities from a university that they have partnerships with industries. And so when you go there and you say, oh, I am a student of this particular university and I want you to offer me internship, or let's say national service or job opportunities, because the university has this collaboration with these companies, it makes it easier for you to get access to that particular industry or that particular company. And so these are some of the things that you need to ask yourself. What are the opportunities available for me when I select this particular university? So all what I'm trying to say is that before you select any university, select it based on what you've listened, what you've researched, and what you know about that particular university. Okay, don't make this common mistake by selecting the university because your friends are going there, or because you've heard that they do this program and the program is popular, so you want to go and do, or you've heard the university campus is nice and so you want to be there. But ask yourself, at the end of the day, at the end of the 4 years, at the end of the 2 years, at the end of the 6 years, at the end of the year that you are going to spend on that university campus, what are some of the positives that you are going to get after selecting that university as your best place for your education and as your tertiary education? So these are some of the things that I came here to share with you about selecting the best university for you when you're applying, okay? And this is for Ghanaian students and also for international students. Hope this video was helpful to you. Share to someone who might need it. Like, subscribe, and be part of the Students Guide community. See you in my next video, and I hope that would also be beneficial to you.